This is the next fly in my series of tutorials. This is what I call the HNIC, or the head nymph in charge. It was originally supposed to imitate a flashback hare's ear. I started tying it without the soft hackle, and it was great for steelhead and trout. And then I moved on to the soft hackle and used it basically as a dropper for warm water guided trips. This fly can be produced economically and in an assembly line, so you can knock out a whole bunch fairly quickly. It consists of calf tail, flashback, ice dub, soft hackle, red thread. It's very simple to tie. You'd be surprised how many largemouth will choose this over the top fly in a tandem rig, which usually is a much larger fly. The hook is going to be a risen fly hook, barbless 12, very sharp. The bead is going to be a risen fly. They're my favorite. They're super shiny. The tail material is going to be the dark end of calf tail. Flashback, Mirage Flashaboo. The dubbing is going to be ice dub golden brown. And the soft hackle is going to be from a Hungarian Partridge. So let me show you how I'm going to tie this very simple pattern. Pop that out of the Regal vise. I have got a beaded hook ready to go. Okay. So I'm going to start my thread. This is 6/0 red uni. It's in my right bobbin. And I'm near the end of it, so there's a couple loose strands. Start my thread. We go right about here. And again, you don't want to put your scissors down. It just makes tying easier. You're going to take some calf tail. Good little pinch. Right there. Going to take out some of the longer ones. I'm going to tie that in right there. I could care less if there are strands sticking out. It just makes the fly look buggier. Nice couple tight wraps there. From there, I'm going to take my piece of Mirage Flashaboo, tie that down, and I'm going to wrap all the way up to the bead. I'm going to take my ice dub and twist it onto the hook. And I want this to have a thicker body and then taper to a smaller body, so more wraps up front. That is exactly not what I wanted in a body. So we'll put a little bit more on. Right there. All right, now let's wrap that back. Now we're going to wrap this forward, holding it down with my index finger. 1, 2, just give it buggy little segments. 3, jump forward, give it a nice gap behind here. You'll notice the difference between expensive beads and cheap beads. Expensive beads will not cut your thread when you're wrapping them. Cheap beads will cut your thread while you're wrapping it. Now I've got my Hungarian Partridge feather. It's already been stripped. I'm going to peel back to expose the tip. I'm going to tie that in. Give a couple of wraps around, half hitch it. I'm not using red thread for any particular reason. It's just I usually tie with red, black, or chartreuse. Bring that up and around that little stem. Come on, little stem. There you are. All right. A couple times here. Pull tightly. Make sure that stem is not going to come loose. Peel these back. Do a couple wraps. I'm not too concerned about that red collar, a hot spot. That's not really my thing. But you heard the Lance Egan podcast. He's into that. So maybe this helps this fly. And I'm going to cut it. And there you have the soft hackle head nymph in charge, the HNIC. Super easy. It's very buggy looking. You'd be surprised the size and numbers of fish that will eat this. That's it for my latest series in low budget tying videos. I'm going to leave you now. I think next up we're going to do my take on Russ Madden's Circus Peanut.